Now, right now, we turn our attention to a motor vehicle accident that occurred near South Sioux City, or in Sioux Central. On Tuesday, the Sioux County's Sheriff's Office responded to an accident occurring on Highway 75, approximately 1.5 miles south of Sioux Center on Iowa. On Tuesday, deputies say a 2025 Mazda driven by 21-year-old Alexander Foote of Sioux City was traveling north of Highway 75 when he failed to slow for a traffic ahead of him. Foote reportedly struck the rear of the car in front of him. The sheriff's office says the impact caused that car to strike then the rear of a 2018 Dakota Tacoma in front of him. Foote sustained minor injuries and was treated by medical personnel at the scene. The Mazda sustained approximately $20,000 in damage, the second vehicle about $15,000, and the Toyota approximately $3,000. Foote was cited for following too closely.